Good morning, my beautiful family and friends, and welcome to Coco's channel. Today, guys, we are going to do an oven-baked chicken and an onion garlic gravy. So right now, I've already had my chicken cleaned. This is the chicken, the Louisiana chicken batter that we are coating the chicken legs in. In the oven, I have a glass baking dish that has garlic oil in it, and it has heated up. So now, guys, all I'm going to do is place my chicken legs in this baking dish. And guys, the reason I got chicken legs is the price. I don't know if you guys have been pricing chicken wings or not, but for a family pack of chicken wings, it was almost $20. I didn't get a family pack because this was only $3 for these compared to $8 for the same amount of wings. So anyway, back to this cooking. So now that that's placed in our glass baking dish, we're going to go ahead and place that in the oven. Right now, that oven temperature is set at 400 degrees. I'm just adding a little bit more of that garlic oil so that they can fry while they are in the oven. And you only need a little bit of oil when you're doing this particular technique. So we're going to go ahead and place that in the oven, guys, and allow it to do its thing. I like to place mine on that bottom rack so that it can get some heat. And you can see how it starts to brown underneath those those legs already. So we're going to go ahead and let those cook just a little bit longer so that they can get a little bit more brown. And you can see here it's getting a little bit more browner on the top as well. So, and you do not have to turn this technique. So this is what it looks like once it's cooked in the oven, guys. So, of course, I want to make me some gravy because I wanted some smothered chicken legs. So to my skillet, I'm going to go ahead and pour my garlic oil. To my oil, I'm going to go ahead and add my onion because this is going to be an onion garlic gravy. I want to go ahead and get those onions sauteing in my oil, and I want to let them saute for probably about 7 to maybe 9 minutes, and then I will go ahead and move forward with my gravy making process. So now we're just going to let those saute for a few, let them kind of change the consistency to where they start to glisten. The onions will get a lot, their texture is going to start changing. So we're just going to go ahead and put those in the skillet, guys, and kind of get them tossed around a little bit so that the heat can hit each and every one of them. And it doesn't take long for these to start to sweat and start to change in texture. It doesn't take long at all. So as far as the gravy is concerned, there's only like the onion, the garlic paste, the better than bouillon, pepper, and celery, salt. Those are my and flour. Those are my only ingredients, and chicken broth. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic paste to the skillet. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix that in with the oil and the onions. So that my onions can get that flavor of the garlic. And now I'm going to go ahead and add my 3, I think that was tablespoons of flour. And that's AP, all-purpose flour. So right now I kind of figured I might need to add just a little bit more oil. You don't want to get too carried away with your oil when you're making gravy. So I like to just get to this point, and if I need to add a little bit more oil, I'll do that. So I did add a little bit more oil, and I mixed my flour in very nicely with the oil, coating my onions and very good, coating it very good. So now it's time to go ahead and introduce the chicken broth to my onions and flour mixture. So this particular part also, guys, it can determine your color of your gravy. So if you want something extremely dark, you just cook it a little bit longer. If you want it to be a little bit light, you go ahead and just, do it almost immediately. So here I'm just showing you that I'm adding the chicken broth. And you're going to have to add a little bit more broth and a little bit more broth. Because like right now, you're just kind of getting it into the gravy consistency. And then once it gets into the gravy consistency, you'll see how quickly it starts to thicken. And at that particular time, you go ahead and start adding a little bit more broth, or if you're using water, you add a little bit more water to get it loose to where it's not extremely thick. You want it to have a little bit of consistency to it, because once that heat is off and it cools down, that consistency is going to be what the consistency is. Another thing, when you're making gravy, if you use your heavy whipping cream, like right at the end, just add a little bit of heavy whipping cream. Your gravy will stay the same consistency. But I did not buy heavy whipping cream today when I went to the store, so it's okay. I know how to make mine do what it do. All I have to do is add a little bit more broth to mine when I go to heat it up, and I'm good. So now, guys, I'm at a point right now where all I'm doing is adding my seasonings. I'm adding my black pepper, and I go heavy on the pepper when I make my gravy. I'm adding my celery salt, just a little bit. And prior to that, you can see that I did add the better than bouillon, and that's going to add your salt content, so you don't need to add any salt at all. So right now I'm feeling like this is looking very good to me, and I think that it's time to go ahead and smother my chicken. So I'm going to go ahead and place that gravy on top of my chicken that has been baking in the oven, bake, frying, whatever you want to call it, but it's been doing so in the oven. And so this gravy is also going to give my chicken, you know how you can bake chicken in the oven and you just have the skin and it's just soft when you go into biting it? Well, I like just a little bit of crunch. I want my chicken to taste like it's been fried and then smothered. So that's why I like to have a crust on it. And this gravy is going to soften the crust up a little bit, but not that much. So I had to add a little bit of broth because, again, I'm putting this back in the oven, guys, because I want it to cook in this gravy for about another 15 minutes. All right, so this is what it looks like. It's all said and done. Guys, let me know what you think about this. It was absolutely delicious. I have to tell you that because I did have to try a piece. So, yes, it was delicious. And I hope you guys like this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video and all videos. Love you. Bye for now.